When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation, till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together a legislative body that places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Love it. Absolutely love that, guys. That was a Declaration of Independence. That was written by a great man in Thomas Jefferson, and that was read by another great man, and that's John F. Kennedy Jr. And I got to tell you, man, the world, I'm sure back then was crazy, but right now it's crazy too. Holy crap, man. If you guys haven't seen my membership video when I tell my story of what happened to me yesterday, let's just say you should become a member right now. But anyways, we are, again, man, we're fighting a fight, guys. And this is not a physical fight. This is a battle of the ideas. And it's definitely one that we're winning, but we're fighting against some very dark forces. We really are. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people. And as you can see with the quote unquote No Kings protests, there are a lot of people out here that are just absolutely gone. They're just gone, and you can't help those people. But the people, just because they disagree with us politically doesn't mean they're our enemies. And we can't fall for the divide and conquer stuff. But at the same time, we got to stay away from those people that are just absolutely gone. They're just absolutely gone. And I met a lady, actually two people, one and a half lady yesterday. And let's just say there's a lot more where that came from. But again, we're here fighting a good fight. We're on God's side, and we're like an angel. And we're here for truth, justice, and the American way. And the truth will always set you free. Because again, when you are lied to and you believe the lies, you are a slave, ladies and gentlemen. And we will not be that way. We cannot let our friends and family fall into it. And again, if they're just gone, they're gone. But again, we are Satoshi. And rest in peace to the great Charlie Kirk. And if one of those people are one of the, one of the people that you know are one of those people that celebrated his death, and those people are just not people you want to be around. So again, we're all Charlie, we're all Satoshi, and again, we're fighting for truth, justice, and the American way. What is up, guys? It is Monday, October 20th, 2025. As you can see here, we're at the Bitcoin block height of 920,025. TikTok next block. Let's do a little welcome in, everybody. Let's do a roll call here, and let's see who's here. Let's see. Jenny Legendary. Jenny, how are you, man? You already starting. Jenny with a Gen Zap. Jenny, I really appreciate that, man. Again, this channel wouldn't know what to do without you. That's a Jenny Zap, a big one too. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate you. We all love and support and appreciate the support you give us, not just monetarily, but just everything you do for us. Really, I'm serious about that, and I appreciate it. What in the world's going on here? Somebody do something on speed. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you. V says, hey, yay, happy Monday. Let's do this. Let's do this. V, how are you, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, V. I got to plug in my damn computer before it dies. Good to see you, V. How are you, man? Got you on the wheel. Welcome back. Hello, everyone. Lauren Stern. How are you, sir? The funny man. Not related to Howard or David. Lauren, how are you? Hello, Jen. Hi, V. V says, hey, bro. Hey. Hi, Jerry and gang. Let's late start today. Yes, it is. Neo, yeah. Neo, the one. He's out of the matrix. He is the one. Neo, what's up, brother? Jay says, freedom fam. Jay, what's up, brother? How are you? There's Jay, and I put triple B's on here too. Bitcoin, bacon, booty. Best name in Bitcoin as far as I'm concerned. Neo, the one. Hello. Jay, hello. If you have a favorite best pillow, please drop the recommendation here. Okay. Good night, peeps. Oh, Jenny, you're out of here? You just got here, Jenny. Turn on this damn fan. Okay, Jenny. Good to see you, man. I guess we'll take you off the wheel. Jen, you leaving already? You're leaving already? Yeah. Hey, everyone, hit that like. Hey, Fanny, how are you? Good to see you, Fanny. That's my girl right there. And again, if you guys haven't seen my members only video, let's just say I got a crazy story to tell you guys. And I highly suggest you go watch that. You know, if you haven't already, let me put this up here. That's a crazy story. And again, if you want to help the channel out, you can subscribe, do all the free stuff. The poor man's plan, that's my plan. Hit the subscribe button, like the video. Most importantly, on the poor man's plan is sharing. Subscribing and sharing, that's helping, and obviously helping the watch time by being here and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. And then obviously doing all the like, subscribe, and commenting and stuff like that. I appreciate that. But if you want to take it a step further, you can get into some of the paid memberships, and that really helps the channel. And if you do become a member, you automatically get to watch a video like this, like I said earlier. And let's just say you'll get your money's worth out of that video. I'm telling you that right now. And also, if you pay the $4.99 a month, you get on the Bitcoiners for Freedom app, which is cool. You get your name up here. And also, you become a member of our Signal group. So go ahead and hit the join button. If you're on the laptop, hit the join button. I believe it's next to the subscribe button, and pick whatever plan you want. And I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Fanny, how are you, ma'am? White liberal women make me sick. Throwing up. Oh, don't get me started with them. Don't get me started. I've had so many problems with these people, man. So many problems. Backpacker, what's up, brother? Casey Love. Hey, everyone. Hey, Casey. She's back. How are you, man? Good to have you. Long time no see. Casey Love. Good to see you. And where have you been? Missed all of you. Hey, Casey Love, Backpacker family. How are you? I'm good. Lost my phone. That's why I was not around. Oh, okay. Add me on that wheel, Jerry. I got you, Casey. Got you. Jen, V, Lauren, Jay, and Neil. What's good, everyone? Starting the week right Monday. Fun day with you all and Jerry. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, yo, everyone. Kramer, what's up, brother? How are you, man? Kramer America Industries. That's the man right there. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Kramer, what's good? JB85, how are you? She's back. How are you? Good to see you. This is Fanny's peoples. What was it? JB85. Good to see you, man. Welcome back in. Thank you so much. Holler has a fever. She's not feeling too well, so we are watching you on the TV. Oh, Holler. Come on, you got to feel better. Shut the F up, you and KMA, Pizza Man. KMA? Kramer America? Who's KMA? Shut the F up. You and KMA, Pizza Man. Okay. Hey there, Fanny. V in the house. Hey, Fanny, just wrapping it up a little early tonight. Yes. Y'all ready to do this? Me? I am. LOL Cabron. What's up, brother? I got to spell your name right. What's up, bro? LOL Cabron. There we go. CABRON. Not carbon. Good to see you, brother. I'm just trying to figure out the size of my balls for Halloween, for my Halloween costume. LOL. Yeah. She's got the big balls, she says. She got to carry them around in a wheelbarrow. Kramer Industries, hello. V, JB85, Kramer, boom. Lauren, boom. Let me get on that wheel. I got you, Cryptomania guy. What's up, brother? How the heck are you? Cryptomania guy. Yes. Very good to see you. JB85, hello there. J, Triple B's, Neo, boom. Let's get some wins. Happy Monday. Amos, what's up, brother? Famous Amos. What's good? How are you? Amos CBT. What's that CBT stand for again? Yo, Backpacker. JB in the house. My family, yes. Crypto guy, boom. The truth. Hey there. Benjamin. Am I late to the show? It's all about them Benjamins to make them sats. Yes. Benjamin, baby. It's all about them Benjamins, baby. Benjamin. Yes. It is about them Benjamins. Kiss my ass. Okay. What did he say again? Shut the fuck up and kiss my ass, Pizza Man. Okay. Just making sure. Okay. You want me to be quiet, but you're coming here to hear me talk. I don't fully understand that, but okay. Cryptomania guy name is CBT. How are you doing? Hello. Benjamin, boom. Benjamin, LOL Cabron. Hello. Fanny, yes. Halloween is on Fat Tap Friday this year. Oh, boy. Is it now? Is it? Fanny has me thinking of the AC/DC song now. Oh, boy. We catch ourselves calling each other our Bitcoin names more and more in real life is funny. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. Oh, my God. That was good. What AC/DC song? Y'all wondering the same thing. Well, better late than never. But what do they say about never late is better? We think so. But, we're just cruising. We're just cruising, man. Hello, Jerry. Dean, what's up, bro? Dean, it's not morning time, is it? It's afternoon. It's Tuesday afternoon out there. Dean, welcome back, brother. How are you? Very good to see you, my man. From down under. Megalo Media. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. How are you? Megalo Media. Good to see you, man. I'm Megalo Media. I just want to call you Mega for obvious reasons. Mega, what's up, brother? Dean, what's up? Boom. Late is bad in my book means pregnant. Haha. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Akadaka, mate. Bon Scott drunk himself to death. Who? Somebody drunk himself to death? Lately? Recently? Anyways, guys, like I said, it is Monday, October 20th, 2025. And as you can see here, let me see. Is that updated? No, it's not. Okay. 920. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 920,026. We'll get to that in a minute. Fantabulous. Good. Good. I'm good, guys. What's up? I found new Bitcoin house music sent to the chat. Okay. Okay, cool. I love that. So as you can see here, guys, this is the timechaincalendar.com. Let me put this in the chat. While trick or treating, we'll be listening live. I know that's right, brother. I appreciate it, man. AC/DC has a song called Big Balls. LOL. Anyways, this is a cool app, man. If you haven't got this app on your phone, download this immediately and also put this on your desktop. So what this does is shows you a lot of things. First of all, from left to right, you got the Epoch 5 here. That's what epoch we're in. It shows the supply. At the bottom. So far, we're at 19.93 million Bitcoins mined. And so far, we've mined 94.94% of the 21%. The block subsidy in Epoch 5 is 3.125 per block. The exchange price is 110,502. But the most important thing, guys, you can get 905 Satoshis for one cuck buck, which is crazy. Now, these three lines here are, I love these circles around the time channel calendar. Blocks to difficulty adjustment right here. It takes 2016 blocks to come around, and that changes the difficulty, adjusted the difficulty, which is awesome. That's about a fortnight every 2 weeks. And then right here, it'll show the one in the middle, the orange one. It shows how many blocks to having until the next epoch. And right now we're, if this was a clock, this would be 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. 25% of the way be done here. So we're halfway between 25%, well, a little more than halfway from 25% to 50%. So we're closer to 50% than we are 25. Because again, it's 210,000 blocks per 210,000 blocks per epoch. Right now we're at 129,974 blocks. And then here, 1286 out of the 2016 blocks for the difficulty adjustment. Then the little small orange one right all around is the percentage of the supply, the entire 21 million. And right now, like I said, we're right here on there, which is 94.94%, which is cool, man. So I love this market caps right here. I love it, man. It tells you a lot of things on this chart. Holler says, hi, everyone. We love you, Holler. Thank you. Time chain calendar is a must. It is. Jerry should dress up as a under 700-pound man from Halloween. Huh. How do I do that? Can you explain that to me? Spaceman. Good evening, peeps. Spaceman, what's up? The troll is a fool, man. Absolute fool. Spaceman, how are you, man? Good to see you, sir. He's back. So I love this thing, man. Then it's got some more indicators over here. And it's great, man. It is great. Spaceman, how are you? Yeah. All right, let's do 2 spins here. All right, my hourly buy just went through, and we just received 904 sats for $1, guys. The deal of the century, man. 904 sats for $1. Well, we're going to be looking at these prices laughing in the future, man. We really are. But again, guys, welcome in. Today is Monday, October 20th, 2025. We're going to do the first spin. We're going to do 2 spins real quick, then we're going to get into some Bitcoin news, all right? So let's get a little closer here. Love it. All right. So without further ado, let's spin the first spin. Thank you guys so much. The wheel subsidy is 100 Satoshis per spin. If it lands on your name, you got to do 4 things. You got to be a subscriber. You got to hit the like button. I know if you did or not. You got to have a speed wallet. It's the official, unofficial wallet. And you have to say, hey, I'm here. Thank you. Class participation is my way to bribe you to keep our watch time up. All right. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And let's spin it. The first spin from Monday, October 20th, 2025. And let's see who can win it. What would your self-esteem be like without the troll to support you? I know. I'd be down in the dumps, Lauren. V, you're the winner, brother. You are the winner of the hardest money in the world. 100 units of it. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. If you're here, V. Those 4 things are proof of work while here. Haha. Yeah, LOL. Yes. Yes, it is, sir. You got to always have proof of work. Let's fucking go. That's right, V. Look at V. I love when V's here. He's got such good energy, man. Such good energy. I appreciate you, V. All right, that's block 025. Let's do 026. See who the next winner is. V, congratulations. Party time, V says. Triple B's. Triple B's. Congratulations. Number 1 fan is in the house. Angel, what's up, bro? He's back. What's up, little man? I'm a young man. How are you? Number 1 Angel. Angel. Sorry. Angel. Number 1 Jerry fan. I was putting the cart before the horse. Number one Jerry fan. What's up, young man? Something happening here on strike. Uh-oh. Looks like Scotty. Hey, Jerry, how's it going? Thank you, Scotty, for 99 sats. I'm doing good, Scotty. Good to see you, man. How are you? Beat me up, Scotty, please. Triple B's. Good game, Triple B's. Angel, hello. Yes, Triple B's. Are you in the house, man? Congratulations. And as we know, gold has been doing its thing. And again, gold is our friend, guys. Gold is our friend. Gold is back up. It's up to $4,364 per ounce, which is crazy, man. Crazy. Angel Age. Freedom family. Trade day. What's up, bro? I'll put you on the wheel, man. How are you? I heard the Supreme Court is going to be getting together tonight about Chicago, bro. The National Guard in Chicago. Scotty, hey, let me tell you something, Trey. You know who my girl is? That thick girl from that turned Chicago red with the thick red lips, who always talking. God, that woman is fine. Trey, boom. You know who I'm talking about. Boy, she thicker than a bowl of grits, man. All is well, bro. Good, man. You had a 3-day weekend, didn't you? I show it to you, man. She is, ooh, man, that woman is nice, boy. My God, but she is based as hell, boy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got gold at $4,364 per ounce, and silver still doing its thing at $52.31 an ounce. Again, these guys are our friends. These guys are our friends, and we love to see it because they're going to lead the way for us. You know what I mean? And speaking of gold, it takes today, it takes 25.2 ounces of gold for 1 Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Finer than Miss Houston, Jerry? Oh, man, that's close. But honestly, if I had them both standing side by side, I got to be honest, Lauren, I'd have to pick. I had to pick the homegirl from Chicago. Matter of fact, let me show you her, boy. She is, goodness. Let's see if I can find her. Chicago flips red. Let me see if I can find her. This woman is something else, boy. Here she goes. This one right here. This girl on the right. You can't really see her here. That's her right here. Oh my God, you talking about this her right here too. This is her, and this is her. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on.
It's funny that Mr. Garcia is from Chicago and he cannot tell you what's happening in our community, because if he came into our community, he would see all the gang graffiti.
Yeah, she's a little why choose? LOL. Yeah, I know. I don't want to choose. Let's just say Miss Houston's a little bit more articulate than Homegirl, but she is doing okay. Need more sleep though. Okay, Scotty. Love to see it, man. Matter of fact, let me see her. Let me see if I can find her on X. What's her name? I got her name right here. Oh, what's her name? Miss Carter Walters. Is that her name? Because I'm following her. Is this her? This is her right here. This woman is something else, boy. That's her too. I'm trying to show you a little bit of a better picture of her. She is nice, boy. But she is no joke. And you talking about a woman that's stacked up like dirty clothes, boy. Let me see. That's her too. Look at her. God, man. I'll show you her. She's a very nice lady. You know what I mean? And she's been all over the place. And let's just say red is one of my favorite colors, especially in lipstick. This woman is something else, boy. Yeah, I'm it's one of my missions to meet her. Okay? It is one of my missions to meet this young lady. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, she's bad. Yeah, man. Golly, bro. My goodness. And every time you hear Trump saying there's some beautiful black ladies in Chicago telling me to come there and turn red, he's talking about her. Okay? Trust and believe he's talking about her. What's up, backpacker? What's up? Oh, what's up, pal? Yep, 3-day weekend was great, but went fast. Otherwise, usually does. Usually does. Hello, Scotty99. Following or stalking, Jerry? Well, Jerry's blood pressure's up for another reason. Yeah, man. She is. Oh, my goodness. Glamour and politics. Why not? Yeah. Why not? Again, she's not the most articulate woman in the world. But, man, Lawrence Stern, he's going to need a pill. LOL. Yeah, I'm going to need a blue something. But this woman is, oh, my goodness. She makes my senses, because she's so, she's such a good woman, You know what I mean? Well, look at her. She be in Congress. She's doing her thing. That's her. Boy, she is. Oh my goodness. Resident Danielle Carter Williams. We had 4 mass shootings in a month. That's Karen John. Yeah, she don't play. That's her too. Look at her. Oh, man. There she is. There she is. Oh boy.
Directly to you. This is Danielle Carter Walters.
Yeah. She's a nice lady. She really, really is. All right, I got a show to do here. All right, Scotty. He says, "Hey, backpacker and Lauren, thanks for all the likes on Nostr." Scotty says to you guys, not backpacker and Lauren. He says, "Thank you very much." So that's cool, man. That's cool. Let's see. He's gonna need a pill. LOL. Ah, Blue Chew. Hey, man. I mean, hey, Dean. Yo, Joey, what's up, bro? Joey, how are you, man? Joey from Saz Venture. We put you on the wheel or what, brother? Good to see you, young man. Lauren, yup, that AC/DC song is awesome. Big old balls, yeah. Jerry supporting. Oh, yes. Yes, I am, sir. Yes, I am, Backbreaker. You might like Chicago Red Peach and not as smoking like the one you showing, but she red too. Chicago Oretta P. I might have seen her. But can she shoot like Samantha? I don't know. Maybe. From the west side of the Chi. I'm gonna have to check her out, man. But so far, your girl is my number one. Oh, what's up, Solar? My man, Solar Satoshi. How are you, man? Good to see you, sir. Solar Satoshis. Good to have you back, man. Sans Venture, how are you? Solar, boom. Yep. But we got some news in Bitcoin, man. Some nice news. Florida reintroduces Bitcoin reserve bill with key changes, it says. You know, the new Florida Bitcoin plan expands beyond BTC. Lawmakers now want NFTs, ETFs, and tokenized assets in the mix, which is not good, with tighter custody and compliance rules. So I'll show you. I'll put this in the chat so you guys can read that. And we always got some adoption going on. Scotty, you deserve it. You do great work. Yes. Solar, hello. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy what's going on here. But let's get into the first video. I want to listen to Matthew Cratter a little bit. Not the whole video, but he basically was talking about Bitcoin is not magically anti-fragile. In other words, a lot of people are getting angry with Matthew Cratter about keep talking about the Bitcoin core versus not stuff. And he's like, look, man, it's not anti-fragile on its own. We got to work at this every day. And everybody thinks it's just, going to do its own thing, but we got to put in the work, proof of work. And I couldn't agree more. Maddie, what's up? Maddie, evening, everyone. Maddie, what's up, man? Maddie, I made a video talking about you today in my story. And you know it better than anybody. I told our story what happened yesterday. Maddie, put Coco here. How are you, ma'am, young lady? And yeah, and it was a crazy story. It was like out of a movie, man. It was like something out of a movie. So again, if you want to hear this story, you don't want to miss this story. Okay? I got a crazy story to tell you guys. Matter of fact, I might play a little bit of this. Helping me, and I appreciate it. And I got to do. Let me play a little bit of this for a little commercial. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of this. So check this out. Jerry Loves Freedom's members, how are you today on this Monday, October 20th, the good year of our Lord 2025? I hope you guys are doing well. As I'm recording this, it's about 2:20 in the afternoon here, Pacific time in Las Vegas. And I usually start my show at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. But what I'm going to do today, if you're watching this video before my live stream, I just want to let you know that I'm probably going to start the live stream between 5 and 6 my time, Pacific time, 8 for me, and I appreciate it. And I got to do better at giving you some more content. Okay, on a Sunday, I was just chilling. Should tell that they probably won't like it. So, and I'm going to do better at giving you some more content and give me some ideas of what you guys want. But another reason why is because let's just say my platform is kind of shadow banned a little bit. And if I tell the story the way I want to tell it, or I should tell it, they probably won't like it. So, and on members only, I don't think they'll censor me as much. But so here we go. So yesterday on a Sunday, I was just chilling and I was talking to my friend Maddie. And Maddie is really good at getting deals at McDonald's. And I do that as well. And I said I wasn't going to go to McDonald's anymore. But our local hockey team, because I got the app on my phone, the McDonald's app. I don't go there that much, okay? But, when I do, I use the app and get deals and stuff like that. Again, I shouldn't go there anymore at all. And I'm going to tell you why I probably won't after this experience. And this is a true story. Everything I'm getting ready to tell you is a true story. And so our local hockey team had won a specific game. And when they won this specific game, they gave out free French fries. And I'm like, well, wow. And with no purchase. And I was like, wow, well, shit, I got to get me some free French fries because she brought it up to me. So I was like, all right, let me go to McDonald's. I was already out and about. So anyways, I go to McDonald's and I'm like, well, I also have points on my app, but I don't really know how to use it with the kiosk because there's people in the front that don't take orders anymore. Where the one I go to, they just facilitate the kiosk and also make food and bring the food out to you. So there's literally no counter out there to take orders. And again, if you guys know people that are working low-level jobs, man, like that. Let's just say in the next 2 to 3 years, maybe sooner, those jobs are going to be gone, man. On a side note. But in any case, so I was at the kiosk and I ordered the fries because my grandson was with me too. And then I was going to, once I did that, the free fries, then I added to the order like a nugget or something like that, or a burger or something. And then I noticed there was a lady behind me, because the kiosk where I'm at is right by the door, and the lady was in a booth with an older gentleman, and she was sitting right next to the door, kitty corner to my right of me, where the kiosk was, okay? And my back was to her. All of a sudden, I hear this lady yell. There it is, guys. If you guys want to hear the rest of this story, make sure you're a member of the channel, because I'm telling you, you do not want to miss that story, man. And it's a true story. And a couple things happened. And if I wasn't talking to Maddie on FaceTime, I would have been recording that, boy. And it was like a freaking movie. What happened to me? Like a YouTube video movie type shit, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. I follow you, Casey. Lauren, I haven't yet, but I'll keep a lookout. They were really testing on God's Day, weren't they, Maddie? My God. Okay, Lauren. Don't forget to like, subscribe, everyone. Jay Remmer, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. So y'all make sure y'all become members, man. I'm really good. I get deals at McDonald's. Don't put me on the wheel, Jerry. Just stop by. I got you, man. Thank you, brother. I'm not the one. Yeah, I had 6,000 points on my thing. I didn't use it. I bought me I was gonna buy me a Big Mac with my 6,000 points. I ended up buying a quarter pounder with cheese. I got free fries, a quarter pounder with cheese, and I got my grandson some nuggets. So I ended up paying like $4 and something cents. But again, it was a crazy story. So make sure you become a member. Check that story out. I got followed by quote unquote Matthew Crowder 3 times. Each profile had less than 39 followers. One had 0, a Jeff Booth account with 36 followers. Oh, wow. Maddie, is McDonald's your go-to fast food? Question mark. Meant to type Matthew Crowder. Got you. Yeah, Lauren, you'll just need to report and block X. Yeah. But yeah, it's a crazy story, man. It's crazy. But speaking of Matthew Crowder, let's listen to Matthew Crowder talking about why we need to be proactive and not sit around and twiddle our thumbs when it comes to this Bitcoin Core versus Bitcoin Knots debate. Take a look.
This is Matthew Crowder's Bitcoin University. Today, I want to talk about how Bitcoin is not magically anti-fragile. And this is based on a comment from this video, which was called "Has the Bitcoin Bear Market Already Begun?" And C. Kelly Me 3 wrote in, "Matt, this is the content I'm here for. Please keep up this type of Bitcoin content. To say you've covered the core issue, the Bitcoin core issue, too much would be an understatement. I get how important it is, but you can only do so much. And trust me, you've done more than enough. I really think you should consider going back to this type of content. You're one of the best at it. The core issue will work itself out." And my response to the comment, I'd much prefer doing this kind of content daily as well, but I disagree with you on one thing, that this issue will work itself automatically out without all of us taking action. Nothing works itself out magically. Bitcoin will not be fine if Bitcoiners don't do their part. I can't emphasize enough how dire the situation is right now. I do genuinely appreciate your support and feedback. So this is what I wanted to talk about today and make the argument that Bitcoin is not magically anti-fragile. Instead, as we've talked about before in some videos, Bitcoin is a social consensus that relies on Bitcoin's culture being transmitted from generation to generation. And Bitcoin's culture is centered on Bitcoin as a monetary network, which tries to do one thing and only one thing really well, and that is to provide a compact and streamlined base layer for the best digital money that the world has ever seen. And this digital money, what makes it so good is because it has a credibly fixed supply and thus is a very good store of value. It's permissionless, it's unstoppable, and is all without a middleman. You can make payments. It's open to everyone. But here's the thing, just because Bitcoin is permissionless and open to everyone doesn't mean that you're allowed to come here and play your own games that conflict with Bitcoin's central use case. So for example, if I'm playing chess with friends and you want to join the group and play checkers and we say no, we're not censoring you or oppressing you. We're simply telling you that you're in the wrong place to play a game of checkers. Another example would be if you want to urinate in our kitchen and we're trying to cook and we try to stop you, you're not a victim of authoritarianism. You're simply someone who doesn't understand that food preparation is negatively affected by human waste, or you're a bad person who does understand this, but just doesn't care, in which case you're probably also an investor in or employee of a company like Taproot Wizards or Citria.
I love that analogy. I love both of those analogies. Scotty sent in another 99 sats. Thank you, Scotty. He says, at Lauren, what? You mean Michael Saylor with 4 followers that just followed me out of nowhere is fake? Yes, lots of them. Wow. And then Backpacker says, Jerry, that's 4,084 sats estimated. $4 and something cents. Oh, yeah. For the food. Yeah, I know, man. I know, bro. Yeah, after that, I ain't messing with it no more, man. You're absolutely right, Bagger. What a waste of money, bro.
Spamming Bitcoin is like urinating in the kitchen or interrupting a chess game and trying to turn it into a game of checkers. Now, anyone is welcome to use Bitcoin as money, but no one is welcome to use Bitcoin as large file cloud storage. And that's why Bitcoin Core devs blowing open op return and thus signaling to the world that Bitcoin is now willing to accept large amounts of non-monetary data is such a bad thing for Bitcoin's social consensus and culture. Op return has always been the officially sanctioned place to put arbitrary data, so it really does send a clear message to the world when the reference implementation, namely Bitcoin Core, expands this space from 80 bytes to 100,000 bytes. That's a very large signal to the world. As you've seen over the past few months, Bitcoin social consensus is enforced by disagreeable, grumpy, toxic Bitcoiners who comprise Bitcoin's immune system. And to sort of paraphrase Thomas Jefferson, I would say the price of freedom money is eternal vigilance. And so the
Boom. Boom. I love that. Bitcoin's social consensus is enforced by disagreeable, grumpy, toxic Bitcoiners who compromise Bitcoin's immune system. Yep, I completely agree with that. The price of freedom money is eternal vigilance. Thomas Jefferson. You got to constantly be fighting for your freedom. Freedom, you fight one big fight for it, but then you got to constantly stay with it, keep it, make sure it's okay, fight for it. You can't just say, oh, we won now, it's over with. You got to keep going.
this is the point here. If Bitcoiners don't protect and preserve Bitcoin's culture through their toxicity, then no one else will. And you can be sure that intel agencies and other attackers and other groups that hate Bitcoin are very interested in corrupting and disrupting Bitcoin's culture, just like they're very interested in corrupting other benevolent forms of human culture like marriage, families, and the list goes on, always in the name of some sort of fake liberation. As for giving up on my normal Bitcoin daily content, the kind of content I used to do before this crisis, I think the commenter may be missing something else that's been going on here. So it may seem like we've been painting the same fence day after day, like Karate Kid, but something else has been happening along the way, because thanks to this crisis, we've been getting daily real-time lessons in Bitcoin governance and consensus. This was something I always wanted to cover on this channel, and there never seemed to be a good way to cover it. And to be honest, I didn't really understand how it worked. And we're still all trying to figure out how it works. But we've been getting daily real-time lessons in Bitcoin governance and consensus, in node software development, in Bitcoin's cultural history, in Bitcoin mining and mining pools and mining pool centralization. Also daily lessons in Bitcoin opcodes like op return, which a lot of us didn't really know about before. Also how soft forks and hard forks work, and many other advanced topics. So while it may look like we're just painting the fence, we're actually flexing our skills and learning a lot of new things.
I love that analogy. Love it. And all these topics that he's talking about, I didn't know anything about that stuff with Bitcoin before Matthew Cratter and Bitcoin Mechanic and all this stuff was talking about the op returns and Bitcoin Core. You know what I mean? I would have never ran Bitcoin knots. I didn't know anything about op return or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Even I'm considering running a miner now because of that. And all the history and the cultural stuff and stuff like that. I didn't know anything about that. Disagreeable, grumpy, and toxic. What other group do we know like that? Yeah. That's right, Lord. That is correct.
Here to ask you to help to support this channel's educational mission. Hit the subscribe button. That does really help. Leave a like, leave a comment, question, suggestion for a future video, and share this video with a friend or family member.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Matthew Cratter if you haven't already. Here's a link to this video, and make sure you go there and subscribe to him, because he is my #1 education source for Bitcoin. I've learned more from him than anybody when it comes to Bitcoin.
But perhaps the biggest accomplishment of the past 6 months, I would say, is that many, many more Bitcoiners have started running their own nodes and using them for their own economic activity. And I can't emphasize enough how important this is for the health of the network and for helping to keep Bitcoin decentralized. We can see the number of Knots nodes continues to go vertical and is now hovering around 21, 22% of the network. If you want to learn how to run a
Yeah, a lot of people are asking, like, why is it only at 21.84? It's been 21% for a long time. Well, because it's not that more nodes aren't coming in. Our core not nodes are coming in, but there's also just more nodes, period. You know what I mean? So it's skewing the numbers a little bit because there's more people running nodes altogether. But I'm glad more people are getting nodes now. And some people that wouldn't have ran a node or didn't even know what a node was and learned about it, now they're running one, and we're making our system more decentralized and robust and stronger. And also with the education, we're learning more about it.
Bitcoin Knots node yourself. I'll put a link to these free resources in the description notes below. Now, Bitcoiners dumping Bitcoin Core for Bitcoin Knots is a sign of a healthy Bitcoin immune system, I think. What else really would you expect people to do once they realized that Bitcoin Core had gone rogue and pushed through a contentious change that only spammers and Bitcoin affinity scammers were interested in? If Bitcoiners had not abandoned Bitcoin Core in droves after it went rogue, I would almost certainly have sold at least half of my Bitcoin by this point, I think, because if Bitcoin's immune system is broken, then there's really no point. You're at the point of a rapid decline. Since Bitcoin is not magically anti-fragile.
Wow. I would almost certainly have sold at least half of my Bitcoin by this point if people, didn't start running knots, he says. This is how serious it was for him. And this guy is he's a Bitcoin maxi. You know what I mean? So that's a big deal. I don't think I would have did that. It's probably because of my education level is up to par with him. I probably would have just went down with the ship. But again, he understands the inner workings better than us. And that's why I keep playing his stuff and learning from him. Because again, if the immune system is broken, the inner core and the base layer of Bitcoin is broken, like you said, there's really no point since it's not magically anti-fragile. And that right there, that just jumped off the page for me when I heard him say that.
Without the immune system of hostile, toxic Bitcoiners who want to keep it a monetary network. But fortunately, Bitcoiners have been dumping core in record numbers.
Dean says, you'll learn heaps in this Bitcoin game. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Exactly, Jerry. This is making nodes more of a talked about subject. So for what it's worth, it's positive in that sense. So the publicity is good nevertheless. Yeah. Hey, man, when you get lemons, you got to make lemonade. You know what I mean?
And running knots. And so I remain optimistic that we can fix the problems that Bitcoin Core and the spammers have caused over the past 2 years. That's not to say that what's happened already hasn't been a complete disaster. Just imagine turning the Bitcoin network into a relay service for CSAM and other terrible things just because some crypto startup needed something like this. And it's a good reminder, this recent interview that Breedlove did with Jameson Lopp, this is a good reminder of really what started this whole problem with op return. So let's hear the use case that Bitcoin Core thought it would fix.
So this was a question that came up with one of the guests we had on arguing the side of knots, and his core question of contention was, what problem does taking the ceiling of op return from 80 to was it 80 bytes to 100 kilobytes? I think you said. What problem does that solve?
Yeah, so this specifically solves the edge case where someone needs to have visibility of that data in an unconfirmed state across the network, and they can't wait for the data to show up in a block. It's an extreme edge case, and like we said, I think Citria is the only example of that we have now, but who knows what similar second layer protocols will come along that may have similar needs.
What? That was a stupid ass answer, man. That was dumb. Again, that's the I sent the link in there. You guys watch the rest of that video. But again, that was just that was a stupid ass answer, in my personal opinion. Word on the street, you're the Don Dada. What's up, Jason? How you doing, sir? Good to see you, man. 665. Jason, how are you, my boy? We getting this party started, man. Good to see you, Jason. How are you, man? So yeah, check that out. Make sure you keep fighting the good fight. Make sure you run knots after you understand what the difference between core and knots is, because again, they're not giving us any choice. You know what I mean? This is not a democracy, and just like the last 4 years in this country, let's just say the core boys remind me a lot of the Democrat Party and the Biden Party of 2021, 2025. So. All right, I ran across a video here that I wanted to show you guys. And I know this is not Bitcoin, but this guy lost. He just had over $3 million of XRP stolen off his cold wallet. stolen off his cold wallet. And this one made me sick. Not the way, the Democrats made me sick, but this story made me sick. So I just wanted you to know and be aware of this kind of stuff. Because again, this is XRP, but it's similar because some people use, different cold wallets and stuff like that. And they can be hacked in different ways when you don't buy it directly from the store. But I wanted you to hear this guy's story. He's about 53, 54 years old, and his whole life savings got stolen with XRP. So check this out. This is sick, man.
This is my second try this video. I've never done one before, so I couldn't really record volume at first. My name is Brandon. I live in North Carolina. It's my first video, and the reason I'm doing it, I would have never believed in my whole life. Never thought I'd be doing a YouTube video. Never thought I'd be doing a YouTube video about this. I'll give you a big part first, and I'll explain what happened. I've been in crypto since 2017. I've been accumulating XRP for the past 8 years.
Oh, I didn't watch them all. Okay. I watched all 8 of this guy's videos. It wasn't stolen. He didn't put in his 100 hours and accidentally connected his cold seed to a hot wallet. So it wasn't stolen. So what happened to it then, brother? Euro, it's unfortunate. Maybe you shouldn't have subscribed to a shitcoin. True. He didn't understand his seed was his keys and just thought it was for recovery. Oh, okay. So it didn't get stolen from him? God, XRP is like white liberal women. Yeah. Well, he lost it, man. I didn't watch all 8. I just watched this one. I saw the other one, so I didn't watch it. So let's listen to his story real quick. You guys explain it to me.
Accumulated over 1.2 million XRP, which is worth over $3 million now. I had it on a cold wallet. It's called an LA Pal cold wallet, and I thought I did all the things right. I didn't write down my seed phrase. I kept it safe. I don't give it to anybody over the phone.
Oh, okay. So, it was stolen, but not from his cold wallet. Okay, Kramer, I got you. He turned his wallet hot, and some malware or whatever was obviously present. Okay. Yeah, this is why I say, man, leave these shit coins alone, number one. And number two, make sure you get a Bitcoin-only cold wallet and take that shit off the exchange and take your Bitcoin off a hot wallet. Hot wallet means like a speed wallet or even Strike or even River or any kind of hot wallet. What's the other ones? I got a bunch of them on my phone. Moon Wallet, Aqua Wallet, Phoenix, all these wallets, man. You know what I mean? A company's holding them. They're not your coin. If you don't have it in cold storage with 12 or 24 word seed phrase, it's not your Bitcoin, brother. Basically opened and held open the door. Wow.
Answer phone calls like that. I thought I did a pretty good job. I'm not the most computer literate, but I think I was pretty above average. About a year ago, I retired. My wife and I retired. We were planning on moving out to Las Vegas and buying a house. We was actually supposed to go look at one next week. This morning, I woke up and all my XRP's been stolen, been hacked. I don't check my wallet every day. I watch the price 24 hours a day, but I don't check my wallet every day. And I guess the last time I checked it was Saturday, and I checked it this morning at 4:30, and it looks like on Sunday morning somebody removed 10 XRP, then they removed 2 minutes later, it's around 11:15 Eastern time, they removed 10 XRP, and then a couple minutes later they removed another 2,990,000 XRP. They sent it to one wallet that had just been created a few minutes earlier, and then they turned around and sent all that 1,290,000, sent it out to about 30 different wallets. They sent it out, some in groups of 40,000, some in groups of 38,000 in different wallets. And then when it went to those wallets, they sent it out to more wallets. So, I mean, I don't know. I didn't get that count. I guess it's somewhere between 500 and 900 wallets. So I guess it's called mixing or something. That's my understanding. I haven't slept all night. That's why I'm really not making a whole lot of sense. The reason I'm doing this video is because I follow people like DAI.
Man, this is sick, man. God, man. Put in your hours and learn about crypto and cold storage before you go all in. While I don't care for Elapel, it was a user error due to lack of education, not the device. Oh, okay. Fucking A, Jared. Who's the bunch of patriots tonight? Hey, Joshua. Joshua, what's up, bro? How are you, man? We're just chilling, man. 3636. Joshua, my man. Good to have you back, brother. How are you? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Was self-custody hot wallet, but he compromised his seed? Was self-custody hot wallet, but he compromised his seed? Wow. Do your homework, yeah. Can I schedule an appointment, Jerry? No, I'm not no expert, man. Somebody help me. I actually hired in 2023. I hired the Bitcoin Way with Tony, and Tony helped me set my shit up. He set me up. He told me what node to buy. He told me to buy the cold wallet. Which cold wallet? I got the cold card. He set me up with something. It wasn't cheap, but now I run Sparrow on my desktop, and I got my cold card and I know how to use it. You know what I mean? Always, especially even if you're doing single sig or multi sig or whatever, make sure you're using a 25th word or a 13th word, secret word. Even if they find your 12 or 24 words, if you got that one secret word, they can't get in. You know what I mean? Also, with $3 million, spread it out into multiple seeds. Yeah, exactly. As hard as it is for him, it can be a learning experience for the rest of us. Learn from it. Yeah. Yep. And yeah, man. Again, not your keys, not your coins, man. And don't, just be careful with your words. Be careful. Like if you buy a cold card, do not buy it on Amazon. You know what I mean? Make sure you buy it directly from CoinKite, the company. You know what I mean? Cold card is my favorite. I love cold card, man. And yeah. So there's trade-offs. It's it's not cheap. But again, when you're a self-sovereign person, like this guy right here, he don't have any customer service to call. I don't think. He was talking about maybe calling the customer service for the cold wallet. Did he ever get it back, Kramer, by the way? Again, I didn't do the research you did. I didn't watch all 8 of the videos. I saw all the videos, but I didn't watch them. But that's tough, man. That's tough, man. His whole freaking life savings gone. You know what I mean? It's just sad, man. I feel for him, brother. I feel for him. But I heard through the grapevine, let's see, that there was assassination attempt on Trump, and this is from NBC News. So let's check this out. Not an assassination attempt, but there was a perch in the tree. Let's check this out.
Tonight, the FBI investigating a suspicious elevated stand that had a direct line of sight to President Trump exiting Air Force One at West Palm Beach International Airport. U.S. Secret Service agents discovered the stand Thursday before the president's arrival in Florida a day later, according to a spokesperson for the agency. A senior official familiar with the investigation said the stand was about 200 yards away from an area of the airport where Air Force One normally does not park, but that the plane did park there Friday due to construction.
Every time I see Trump out in the open, I'm just like, why is he out in the open like this? And I'm telling you, even when he's coming off Air Force One, I'm just like, I do not like Trump out in the open like this, man. I've been saying this for years, by the way, even before in between this 4 years being president. You know what I mean? Not yet. Okay. From a hacker's point of view, not your keys, then they are my keys. Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting for him to post more and follow the journey. Okay. Set up a passphrase and have multiple exchanges in case one is out of action. Yeah. What? I didn't see this. Yeah. It's crazy. Why is it always 200 yards away? Good question, Lauren.
Agents spotted the stand while doing a new perimeter search ahead of the change. Investigators are looking into several possibilities, including whether it's an old hunting perch, a stand used by a photographer, or a possible threat. 3 sources familiar with the matter said the stand may have been in place for months, raising questions for experts. How much of a security concern is it that the stand could have been there for many months?
No, it's a huge concern. Is it a legitimate hunting stand? Is it there for nefarious purposes? And who put it there?
This comes during a time of heightened anxiety over political violence, including 2 failed assassination attempts against President Trump last year. The president surviving shots fired at him at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. And just last month, Ryan Ruth was found guilty of attempting to assassinate the president after a Secret Service agent spotted Ruth hiding near the Trump Golf Club in West Palm Beach. Earlier this year, President Trump reflecting on potential threats.
This is a very dangerous job being president.
Yamiche is joining us now from the White House as President Trump is on his way back from Florida. So, Yamiche, what else do we know about what investigators found at the scene in Palm Beach?
3 sources familiar with the investigation told NBC News no individuals, weapons, or ammo were found at the scene. And the law enforcement expert we talked to said authorities would be tracking cell phone data and looking for any footage from cameras to figure out who might be connected to the stand. Hallie?
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking.
Wow. Boy, this country is going to go to a hell in a handbasket if something happens to Trump, man. You know what I mean? Like he said publicly to Venezuela. Now that was so funny. Yeah. Again, man, I'm not for wars or anything like that, but I don't understand why we just don't wipe out these Mexican cartels. And I love the fact that they're blowing up these ships, these drug mule ships. Love it. He's just letting you know, like, hey, you come across, I mean, you're gonna die instantly. You're not even gonna know where it comes from. I love it. But I'm with, if they sent troops to Mexico and we bombed parts of Mexico to get rid of the cartels, because again, that is a direct, that directly affects us. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Americans have died on, trafficking, fentanyl, all kind of stuff. These people are a direct threat to our country, not the fake one that the No Kings protest talks about. We're going to get into that in a minute. But these people are endangering American lives. And so are a lot of these Democrats. And again, if you watch my membership video, you'll see that these people want us dead, man. They want us dead. Okay. The people that disagree with us. And again, I always tell you guys, we got 2 enemies in this country, right? 2 enemies. We have a foreign enemy and a domestic enemy. And a lot of people don't like America. And the best way to destroy America is to infiltrate us by putting in these legal immigrants. You know what I mean? Trump treats it like booping a dog in the nose with a rolled up newspaper saying, no, yes, yes. These globalist pricks will do anything to keep their agenda on track. And I would know. My prime minister here in Canada is one FFS. Yes, he is. He's a piece of shit, boy. He's just like, I call him Gavin Newsom's cousin. You know what I mean? But speaking of people that hate us, I ran across this incredible video by Megyn Kelly talking about the No Kings protest. And let me tell you something, man. These people hate us because what they're doing is, and again, this is the game from the Democrats. And let me do some spins real quick here. This is the game from the Democrats. What they do, the mainstream media tells you that it was a success, number one, the No Kings protest, and number 2, that it was peaceful. There was nothing going on here, nothing to see here, nothing bad here. You know what I mean? Trump is a wrench in the elite game plan. They want him gone. Yeah, he's a very, very rich man, but he's not part of the club. They hate Donald Trump. And for good reason, because he goes against everything they stand for. All right. Who won block 325? V won that one. Who won 326? Did I do 326 yet? I think it was just V. Let's do 326 and see who wins that one. That's right. Backpacker. Flip. Flip loves Little Slip.
I'm Flipper. This is Little Slip. And I just want to say good morning to all of you and have a great day and keep on stacking those sats. Buckaroo salute.
Woo!
Cuteness Incorporated. That's my girl right there, Flipper. Flipper, congratulations. Yes, absolutely. She is the winner for block 326. Let's see who can win 327. Looks like Spaceman to me. Yep, Spaceman. Yeah, that's me. Congratulations. Quinn Packer. Hi, Freedom Fam. Sorry to be late. How are you, ma'am? You ain't late. Beautiful lady. How are you? Quinn Packer. She done changed her name, boy. She done changed. Amen. They miss you, Jerry. Yes, I've missed them too. Oh, I got some information on that too, Backpacker. What I was telling you about earlier. They're staying for less than a day. They're coming at 6 something and they're leaving. I'm dropping them off at the airport at 11 in the morning. So, we'll talk offline about that. Spaceman, Quinn Packer, hope you're feeling better. Yes, hope you're feeling better, honey. Hey, Quinny, feeling better today? Rough, but doing okay. Happy to be here. I missed everyone much. Oh, Quinny, we love you, man. Glad you're doing better. Thanks for coming in when you're sick. 028, let's do it. Looks like Backpacker. Congratulations. Congratulations, Casey says. Good to see you, Quinny. That's right. Quinn 028. Let's see if we can get 029. Backpacker. You're welcome, brother. Back to back, sir. Back to back, Backpacker. 028 and 029. Quinn. Yes. 030. Let's do it. Megyn Kelly just absolutely killed this video, man. I love me some Megyn Kelly, man. She's come a long way. Holler. Good game, Packer. I think I'm getting there, Kramer. Thank you for asking. No doubt. Holler loves the wheel, too.
Spin that wheel, here it's real, such a fly, that's the deal. Round it goes, watch it land, Bitcoin prices in your hand.
We love you, Holler. Hope you feel better, honey. Good game, Holler. You and Quinny are sick. Good to have you in here, Quinny. And congratulations, Holler. So the game plan by the mainstream media, aka the propagandists on these liberal networks, their job is to tell you that everything's fine here. Everything's fine. And Megyn Kelly breaks it down. Now, again, Megyn Kelly wasn't a MAGA person when Trump first came out. She got converted, man. She was one of those corporate media people when working for Fox News, and she was one of those people that used to attack Trump. But after she's seen everything and she got off the mainstream plantation, she has become based as hell. So let's check out one of my favorite journalists, man, a real journalist, Miss Megyn Kelly. Let's take a look.
Leftist protesters spending the weekend wishing death upon conservatives. But you wouldn't know it looking at the legacy media coverage describing the No Kings protests as peaceful, joyful, and as the Washington Post put it, a street carnival-like atmosphere. Oh, it's just a fair. It's a day at the fair. Watch.
Massive groups of protesters gathered in cities and towns across the country today, part of a day of so-called No Kings demonstrations protesting the Trump administration. Organizers behind the No Kings movement say it's about democracy versus dictatorship.
I think that the key takeaway from the weekend is how peaceful these were.
People were out on a Saturday because they love America, because they love this country.
Wow. Democrats love America. That's like saying jumbo shrimp or good job. A good job, an oxymoron. Democrats love America. Really? And Democrats are patriots. Again, I hardly ever see American flags with these people unless they're burning them. Democrats love America, huh? Joel Scarborough is a piece of...
Love the Constitution. They can mood here for the most part.
Democrats love the Constitution, huh? Really?
Takeaway from the weekend is how peaceful these were.
People were out on a Saturday because they love America, because they love this country. They love the Constitution.
The mood here for the most part is playful at times, but what we haven't seen in the vast majority.
They're playful, just so nice. You know what I mean? So nice. Because those are their workers, right? These people on the left, They work for the mainstream media because these are the people that are brainwashed by the mainstream media. Hey, Grasshopper. Hey, Jerry and fam. Lost track of time playing with my decorations. Hope everyone is having a nice Monday. We are, Grasshopper. I'm going to put you on the wheel, man. Good to see you. How was your weekend?
All these locations is even a whiff of violence.
From all the footage I could see, these were ordinary folks. They were determined to be peaceful, to carrying flags, talking about their love of the country, not their hatred of it.
Not for nothing, but that MSNBC anchor, the cities, says everything you need to know about why you're not watching MSNBC, right? The elitist, snob-like, then Scarborough. They're out there because they love America and they love the Constitution. Do they? Missing from any of that coverage, or the coverage anywhere, terms like liberal, leftist, and socialist. I mean, good luck. Why don't you do a Google search for yours truly or anybody who you follow on the right and see if they ever discuss a figure like Ben Shapiro or Matt Walsh or me or Tucker without saying right, far right, conservative. They don't. You must be labeled in order for them to discuss you because.
Yes, exactly. When you're a quote unquote right wing journalist or whatever, my weekends never end with these kids still out of school. LOL. Hey, Packer, love the Constitution while you are trying to take away free speech and sense of the media and internet. Right. Take a bite of the shit sandwich. Exactly. But they sell it good. Hello, beautiful Hopper. Hey, Quinn. Yeah. So if they're talking about Benny Johnson or Megyn Kelly or Tucker Carlson or anybody on the right, they're far right extremists. They're crazy MAGA. They never talk about the left that way. Never. They never say liberals, far left progressives, far left lunatics. They never say that. Why? Because in their world and all the mainstream media, the 90% liberal mainstream media, it's the Democrats are right and the Republicans are wrong. MAGA's wrong. They're the bad guys, right? They're the extremists. They're fascists. They're white supremacists, right? They're KKK members. They're Nazis. Trump is Adolf Hitler. But everything they say is an omission of what they do. And again, this is where the divide and conquer thing comes in. Because again, if you're stupid enough to watch CNN and MSNBC and stuff, then you're stupid enough to fall for this crap.
You must be labeled in order for them to discuss you because they need the audience to know enemy. They don't do that when they talk about the left doing their thing. It's celebrated as just a beautiful American display. No deep dives on all the left-wing organizations that took part in and in some cases funded this thing. Like the Communist Party, USA, that's a thing. Yeah, we reported an AM update today. They said, well, we're not necessarily don't make it about the National Arm. This is really more of a New York thing. We know the National Arm supported Fidel Castro, but we got some goals in New York State. And by the way, they're about to have a mayor elected who's a communist, self-described socialist, thin line. Planned Parenthood behind some of these gigs, the ACLU, of course, Al Sharpton's National Action Network. Hey, MSNBC, is that fine? Checking for a friend. It's okay for him to be funding the very protests that you're now covering with your city's anchor as though he's a straight news anchor on a straight news platform that's going to disclose the conflicts that exist before they broadcast. Are you doing that? Not sure. Because let me tell you, even in my lane over here in podcasting, where my own boss, if I had funded a story that I were covering for you, I would absolutely tell you. Why? Because it shows you what my bias may be. Of course, we're not surprised, but it's still worth calling out. These stories that I'm about to show you of some of the troubling moments were not hidden on the dark web. They were all over X this weekend. They were everywhere. And they received zero coverage on mainstream media. Why? Because the targets were conservatives. President Trump, his family, ICE agents just trying to do their job, which over 77 million Americans voted for. Stephen Miller, Charlie Kirk. We could keep going. We're going to start in New York City.
Welcome in, Gox. I got you on the wheel. Have a good night, Casey. We love you. But yeah, this is why we're going to win, because the mainstream media's relevance is going down, and a lot of the social media stuff, the TikToks, the X, Noster, things like that you can actually tell the truth. Well, not TikTok as much, but when people do their own videos and stuff, because again, this is not the 1990s when nobody had cell phones. Everybody has cell phones now, and everybody's a journalist now. Everybody can record and stuff like that. And these people are out in broad daylight, these boomers and stuff like that, saying they want these people dead. They want Trump, and they're glad Charlie Kirk is dead, and they want Stephen Miller dead, and anybody that's a MAGA or voted for Trump dead. This is what they want. But again, they'll never show you this on the mainstream media. That's why mostly you see boomers out here, because boomers are not really, for the most part, they're not really on X and different platforms and mainstream media. I mean, on outside the mainstream media, they're all on mainstream media. But she's about to show you some stuff, man. It's crazy. Tired, Lawrence Stern. Busy day prepping for Halloween. Yep.
Or a comedian who goes by No Cap on God interviewed some of the protesters. And despite these protesters knowing they were on camera, they had zero concern, about describing the violent ways they fantasize about murdering President Trump.
Rather Trump get guillotined or Luigi Mangione?
Guillotine.
The hair.
I want to watch it just go chop, and then the blood to go spurt, and the head to fall and roll.
Oh.
Wow. This guy wants President Trump to die from a guillotine. He wants to die from a guillotine. Again, you think they're going to show this on MSDNC and nothing but crap and ABC and CBS? No, of course not. Everything's peaceful. It's like a carnival. There's no violence. Again, man, these people make me sick.
I would have been happy if just the shooter would have just been over by 1 inch. That would have been.
Guillotine or waterboard?
Guillotine.
Will he shave his head first?
No, I want to see the hair roll.
Oh, really? Yeah. All right, who else could we throw up there? Stephen Miller?
Of course. Vance, his wife, Melania Barron, all the fucking...
Guillotine them all, baby.
All
Now, this guy's a troll. He's actually on the right, I believe, but he pretends like he's on the left, and he gets these idiots to talk to him because he just disguises himself as a lefty. And he says the most ridiculous stuff to the most ridiculous people, and these fucking idiots fall for it every time.
Guillotine the kids.
Mitch McConnell, too. All the kids. Ivanka first.
Mitch McConnell, very nice. Mitch McConnell, who just fell and had a moment of physical infirmity. Yeah, he needs to be tortured too. They all have to be tortured in leftist thought at the peaceful rallies. Did you hear that? The one man said he wanted to see the chop, the blood go spurt, and the head to fall and roll. That young woman wishing death upon Ivanka Trump, who is not even part of the administration anymore. Yet another leftist who would love to see Republican children murdered. Yes, she is the president's child. She's an adult, but she's the president's child, which is her sin in this woman's eyes. Ivanka's not doing politics. Hello, you fucking cretin. She's home raising her young children. I've had it with these people. I've had it. You can't negotiate with this. I'm sorry, you cannot cut deals with this. You cannot make nice with this. All you can do is defeat this. That's it. They must be defeated at the ballot box. State races, local races, national races, congressional, Senate, presidential, all of them. They must lose everything. I don't care how many people they put out in their stupid little protests.
Yeah, and the way we win this, guys, we got to win the elections and stuff like that, but we have to win the information war. And again, I know this is not Bitcoin topics. I know, a lot of you guys don't like politics and stuff like that. But again, in order for us to get on a Bitcoin standard, we have to get these people off the Democratic plantation and stop being slaves and stop being lied to. Because if they'll fall for this crap, they're going to fall for the same thing of the Bitcoin, crypto Bitcoin scam bullshit. And they're again, these are simple-minded, not the smartest people that are NPCs and sheeple. We got to help wake them up. Glad to see Megyn Kelly going scorched earth on these libtards. Exactly. She's just telling the truth, and she's tired of it. Again, she was not a fan of Trump. But once she's seen how these people attacked them, even her own network, Fox News attacked them. He used to attack them. She's like, no more. We can't do this garbage. Again, these people want us dead in this country.
They must be defeated at every end electorally. The next example is a protester in Portland, Maine. Were they supposed to be super sweet up there, like Maine, earthy, crunchy, like they're all about the weather, who told the conservative news outlet, The Maine Wire, that if she could have one wish, just one wish on her birthday, well, why don't you listen here?
So this is your birthday. So you came out on your birthday. You thought it was important. Tell me why.
Absolutely, because I have two little boys who deserve a bright future of freedom and democracy. And
so sweet.
This is a nightmare that I'm living in.
Birthday present. What do you hope happens? You wake up tomorrow morning.
I hope that I see the obituary that we're all waiting for tomorrow. That's what I hope for.
Oh, what? Wait.
Ding, 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 ding. White liberal women, ladies and gentlemen. This is what black women follow, by the way. This is the playbook from the white liberal women. These people make me sick. They're the most disgusting, vile, self-righteous, racist people I've ever met, a white liberal. They hate everybody, man. These are the worst kind of scum, man. And again, go watch my membership video. You know what I'm talking about. Look at this woman. She says she wants the president to die. You know, I bet she's got kids too. I don't know who would do that. What's up with Candace Owens? I haven't seen a new upload from her in a while. She's on vacation, brother. She's taking a couple weeks off, she says. I want so badly to hear her say, these people make me sick.
You wishing that President Trump is dead?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. 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 I want our president to die. Absolutely. Absolutely. On camera saying this. On camera saying this. And again, I'm all for freedom of speech. You say what you want. But again, there's consequences to what you say. You know what I mean? And do you have a job, ma'am? Does your job know you're talking like this? Saying that you want the president of the United States to be dead because he disagrees with you politically? Like, come on, man. They have been allowed to speak and act this way for so long, they don't even know any better anymore. Yeah, because they live in a bubble, bro. They live in a bubble. These are the people that we have to deal with every day. And they're disgusting.
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were wishing for a little needle of Ozempic underneath your pillow awaiting you. But that should be your wish, madam. Let me help you out. Or that I would just wake up 40 pounds smaller, or 100 in your case. The reporter who interviewed that woman said at first he thought he misheard her. You could hear him in disbelief. He was giving her the benefit of the doubt. But no, that was a message that she was totally fine with, showing the world. Can we just watch it one more time? Because what's so galling about this, and I should tell you before we play it, that was her mother with her. Her mom, zero shame. And just listen to how cheery she is with her murderous message. Like, it's truly like, what I wish for are unicorns and rainbows. What I wish for is world peace. Listen to that again.
So this is your birthday. So you came out on your birthday. You thought it was important. Tell me why.
Absolutely. Because I have two little boys who deserve a bright future of freedom and democracy. And this is a nightmare that I'm living in.
Hey, President, what do you hope happens? You know, you wake up.
I love talking to these idiots. This is a nightmare. What is that? How has your life changed, ma'am? What has changed for you? Well, this is a nightmare. Okay, cool. Kamala Harris didn't win. Trump won. What happened? Is a nightmare when they closed the border? Was that a nightmare? How about when he's getting illegal immigrants off the street? Was that a nightmare? How about him lowering inflation and lowering gas prices? Was that a nightmare? How about him sending the National Guards into liberal cities to make sure criminals are off the street and you're safe? Was that a nightmare? I mean, tell me which part was a nightmare, lady. How about him ending the war, the one you've been bitching about the last 2 years in Israel? Was that a nightmare too? Again, these people don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just told not to like Donald Trump, and no matter what he does. Like I seen a guy the other day, the guy that got out of jail. What's his name? The Republican lion dude that Trump got him out of the jail over the weekend. He said if Trump pardoned Jesus Christ off the cross, they'd be mad about it. Doesn't matter. If Trump does it, it's bad. Hi, Goko. These people.
Tomorrow morning.
I hope that I see the obituary that we're all waiting for tomorrow. That's what I hope for.
You wishing President Trump is dead?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
4 absolutelys. The next video, it's almost hard to watch. This is so vile. It shows a little boy, maybe 8 or 9 years old, beating an effigy of President Trump. The little boy is wearing a full face gas mask. This is unbelievable. The person holding up the effigy is wearing a shirt that appears to read "fuck ICE." Wow. This kid's 8 or 9 years old, stabbing the president of the United States, and then going over there and the soy boy daddy right here, low testosterone pussy ass daddy gives him a high five for doing it. And again, where'd you think he learned that from, bro? Where did he learn that from? These parents should be a fucking ashamed of themselves, man, for doing this. Again, you can be a Democrat. Be a Democrat. Who gives a shit? But you're teaching your kids to hate and be violent to somebody that disagrees with you politically? I mean, am I wrong here? I mean, what? My goodness, man. This video was taken by Mic Drop News. It looks like he's stabbing him here, like shoving a knife into a fake President Trump. And it was posted to TikTok, but we found another angle of it taken by a different person. This is taken in Broadview, Illinois, likely near the ICE facility that has been the site of nonstop protests outside of Chicago. If you look closely, the little boy later gets a high five from an older man when he finishes. Good job beating and then stabbing the president of the United States. Great job. This is how they are indoctrinating their youth. Remember the little girls we showed you a couple of weeks ago who were so excited when they were like, someone died, and they were like, President Trump, Elon Musk. They were thrilled. They couldn't wait to hear the bad news about the sitting president of the United States. This is how people are raising their children. This is so messed up. Like, I've had young children. I still have young children for the past 15 years. And over that time, we have had Democrat and Republican presidents. And I would never dream of calling up that kind of hate in my own child's heart. That is a sickness. There's something wrong with these people. It's
called TDS, Megan. It's called TDS, ma'am. It's a combination of low IQ, right? Low IQ, mental illness, very impressionable, taking different drugs, and believing everything that the news tells you. It's a combination of that. One of those 4 or 5 things, or maybe some or all of them. These people are sheep. They're evil, and they know what they do. And again, people like that, you can't change those people. Those people are evil. Again, it's okay to have friends and loved ones that disagree with you politically, but people like that, you can't do nothing with these people, man. And this is the world we live in today.
It's like a chicken fight, where like they're all in a circle and they throw the one in and like tell it to fight. And like they revel in the awfulness that's happening right before their eyes. This next protester is in Seattle saying Nazis should be killed. And since this man sees Stephen Miller, President Trump's deputy chief of staff for policy, as a Nazi, well, you do the math.
Who are you going to kill?
Nazis.
Who do you define as a Nazi?
What do you mean? It's pretty...
Is that a masculine woman or a feminine man? I'm thinking it's a man that's a feminine man. I don't know. I can't even tell with these people nowadays. Honestly, I really don't know if that's a man that's a feminine or a masculine woman.
Who are you going to kill?
Nazis.
Who do you define as a Nazi?
What do you mean? It's pretty...
In this context, who's a Nazi?
Stephen Miller's a Nazi.
So you're going to kill Stephen Miller?
I had a chance, yeah, I would.
Wow. If I had a chance to win one of Donald Trump's staff member, I would kill him because I disagree with him. I would kill him. I'd have this man arrested. I would call the Secret Service, 3-letter agency, whatever, and arrest that person or whatever. Find out who the fuck he is and arrest him. You just said on camera that if you had the chance to kill, it does again, we're not saying that you disagree with him or something like that. You said you wanted to kill him. If you had a chance, you would. He needs to be arrested and questioned for that. We can't play this game anymore with these people, man. This is what I'm talking about. These people have gotten away with this for too long, right? Again, there's one thing, there's freedom of speech. It's another thing of there's consequences to your speech. I can't go on a plane and say there's a you-know-what on the plane. I can't say that. You know what I mean? And I also can't say I'm just going to go and, yeah, if I had a chance, I'd kill such and such. You can't do that. That's a effing moron, yes. Bitcoin Kitty, what's up, sir? Good to see you, man. How are you? My man. He's back. Bitcoin Kitty. Good to see you, brother. Bitcoin purchase, 454 sats. Mine was 909. I got 909, brother. This person needs to be questioned and arrested.
I don't know if that's something I'd say on camera, bro.
Oh, he said, I don't give a fuck. This person said, don't talk to them. They're a right-wing troll. He said, I don't give a fuck. I just threatened one of Trump's staff members. I don't care. Really? Okay. Oh, man. Boy, make me king for the day, man. I would. This is the domestic threats I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? Again, we got to come down hard on these people. Again, he's already called Trump. They already call him a fascist and a dictator and stuff. All right, I'm a fascist and dictator. Cool, let's do it. I would take my presidential executive order powers to the fucking nth degree with these people. I'm serious. Now, again, I can't lock them up or whatever because they have to go through the judicial procedure. But damn it, I can arrest them, and I would have at it. Charlie Kirk died because of people like you in the mainstream media. This is not a fucking game anymore, man. Again, man, these people make me sick.
That guy should get a visit from the Secret Service because Stephen Miller is a top presidential aide, and he and his wife have been dealing with nonstop death threats, nonstop violence outside their home, and escalating threats to their family. They too have 3 young children. This is such utter bullshit. The Secret Service should go visit that man. I think it's a man. To be honest, he's ambiguous. Probably not by design in his case.
Dean, there's only been one block that came out, brother. I've been checking. I want to do at least 2. Dean, I got you though. When you know you are in an environment where there is no accountability for your words or action, yeah, we got to change that though. I'll spin it real quick, Dean. Thanks for the reminder, bro. Let's spin 031. Let's see what happens. Thank you, Dean. Fanny. Fanny. Yeah, there's got to be consequences, man. I've got the nighttime shot to share now as well. Uh-oh. So you guys get the drift. Let's I'm gonna copy this, put this in the chat. Make sure you guys follow Megyn Kelly, watch the rest of that video. And I want to show you something from Fox News. This just came out 29 minutes ago. This is how the No Kings protests were funded. Take a look at it.
We're joined now by 2 people who've been digging into these No Kings protests. Azra Nomani, editor with The Pearl Project. Jason Rant, Seattle Red talk show host. Azra, let's start with you. Are these, protests simply, organic, people, emailing maybe on social media and so forth? So it all just came together, grassroots from the people?
Absolutely not. This is a protest industry. And so what I did is what I've learned to do in journalism, which is follow the money. And I established that there's 260 organizations that were behind this No Kings protest. And as Jenica Pounds, a computer scientist with Data Republican, said to me, they have built an empire, these left-wing organizations, using nonprofit status to use the machine that we have in America to wage a political war on Donald Trump.
Ding, 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 ding. Wage a political war on Donald Trump. I mean, again, these people are political hacks, and they're professional protesters. That's what they are. My husband's Republican father called him a cancer of democracy because he doesn't believe in his liberal ways. There's nothing wrong with being liberal, JB. You want to be a liberal, be a liberal. My husband's Republican father called him a cancer of democracy because he doesn't believe in his liberal ways. I'm not sure I understand that. My husband's Republican father called him a cancer. Called who? It's called him? Called him a cancer of democracy because he doesn't believe in his liberal ways. Again, man, there's nothing wrong with being a Democrat if you want to be a Democrat. I'm all for, whatever you want to be. You know what I mean? But wanting the death of people and believing the nonsense that you believe on the boob tube here, it's just not good. And again, this is all fake, man. And most of these people don't even know what they're fucking protesting. Most of these people. I'm not a Republican, guys. I'm a registered independent, but I love my country. I'm about 80% MAGA. There's 20% of MAGA I don't agree with. I don't like the spending MAGA does. I don't like the stuff they're doing in Israel. There's a few other things I don't like. You know what I mean? But she's saying her husband. Oh, she's saying her husband who was a Republican. Okay, my husband's Republican. My husband's Republican father. I thought she's saying her father, the husband's father was a Republican. Okay. And, but I'm pro-America. I don't look at it from left or right. I just look at it from the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. And I go, okay, which party fits my agenda better? What the framers wanted. The husband's father is saying, okay, what would the framers do today? Right? Would they be with this woke bullshit nonsense garbage? Would they say there are more than two genders? Would they say we want open borders? Would they say they want lawless societies? Would they be saying these things? Ed Jerry, for JB's comment, the father-in-law called his own son that because they are not Democrats. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean, again, it's if you want to be a Democrat, you want to be a Republican, do your thing. You know what I mean? I can't believe he said that about his own son. Yeah, my family does that to me too, JB. You know what I mean? And I don't want people that are Democrats to not come to my channel. So sad, yeah. But again, I was a Democrat until 2010. Backpacker, you know him better than that. Yeah. But I'm just a nationalist. I'm a populist. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm a veteran. I'm a patriot. I love the country. And I want, some people might call me an isolationist for this or whatever, but I just want to do what's best for America. Stop fucking sending money overseas. I don't want any wars. I want our veterans taken care of. I want our elderly taken care of. I want our disabled taken care of. And I don't want homeless people on the streets. I want them rehabilitated. You know what I mean? I want everybody to have a job. Even if it's a low-paying job, go out there and work. You know what I mean? Stop fucking living off the government, man. Yeah, I do. Another difference between us and them. Yep. I would never tell people that. Now, I do stay away from people that wanted Charlie Kirk dead and are celebrating that shit. And Megyn Kelly goes on to talk about that later on in the video. I don't want no vile, disgusting people around me. But just because they disagree with me politically doesn't mean that I hate them or anything like that. And that's the problem today. They want the divide and conquer nonsense.
And so everything was orchestrated. It was political theater from beginning to end, from social media. And the real question for people is the fact that these organizations we're living rent-free, basically tax-free in America, pulling off these protests.
Yeah, it seems like, Jason, there are hundreds of organizations behind these protests. It's not one particular organization, but it is like, I really think it's actually their social life. I don't know if because we don't have clubs, community civics organizations anymore. They think those are racist. I don't know. But this is as close to church as many, not all, but many of the protesters who showed up really have anymore.
Yeah, they don't believe in God, but they do believe in this kind of activism, and this is what they do professionally. And they're taking advantage of different tax codes like 501c4 status, which a lot of these organizations are. Those are supposed to be social welfare organizations, and they're allowed to get political, but they don't have to disclose their donor list, which is how all of this dark money ends up getting funneled here. I mean, in the case of No Kings, you have Indivisible, which is the primary organization behind it. It gets funding, however, from places like the George Soros Foundation, his Open Society Foundations. They're getting that kind of money, and then they're getting institutional support from all of these other groups that Azra just pointed out. Everything from the mainstream stuff like the ACLU, but also to groups like the Communist Party of America, where they might not donate directly to Indivisible, but what they do is they share their contact list, or they reach out to their contact list, say, hey, show up at so-and-so for this event. And the money that they do end up spending, these groups in general, is for like signage, things like that, but also the professional activists who show up, who then use this to get more contact information for the people who show up and then solicit for funds, for donations from them.
Wow, man. It's sad, man. It's sad. You know what I mean? But here's a link to that video. You guys check that out. You guys know Fox News. They're not the best, but, it's definitely a place to start. Yeah. So obviously we know that it's day 20 of the shutdown. And I wanted to take a look at what Mike Johnson said this morning about this, and I'll give you my commentary, because again, I think the Democrats are cooked, guys. They are fucking cooked. And November 1st is coming, and they a lot of states in the country are not going to be able to get food stamps. And I'm looking at TikTok and all these people on Twitter and shit like that, man, and they are threatening to do a lot of things if they don't get their food. And I tell people this all the time, because they're not going to get food stamps by November if the government's still open. And if you had to take a guess, guys, I'm not saying Republicans or conservatives are not on food stamps, But what percentage of the country is on food stamps? Out of the 42 million, about 42 million people that get food stamps every month, how many of those people are liberals and how many are conservative? You had to guess of the percentage. You know what I mean? Again, man, the Democrats. This is a prime example of the Democrats cutting their nose off to spite their face, and this is what they're doing. So let's hear what the leader of the Republican, the House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, had to say this morning about the government shutdown.
Everybody, thank you for being here this morning. For those of you that are keeping track, this will be day 20 days since the Democrats recklessly shut down the United States government. And the Democrats are making some very costly history here. Don't lose that in all that's happening. This is now the third longest shutdown in history. And when you look at it carefully, it is now already the longest full shutdown of all time. You had an example in 2018 and you had one back in 1995 that were longer, but they were partial shutdowns because they only affected a part of the federal government. This is everything.
Wow. Now, I didn't know that till today, that this is the longest full-blown government shutdown. Now, again, the military did get paid on the 15th. Trump found some money for them, but this is a full-blown furlough, people getting fired, people not getting paid, full-blown U.S. federal government shutdown. And I didn't know this till today either. And this is a big deal. 20 days. And again, the rumor on the street is a lot of people are saying that the reason why the Democrats lasted this long is because they're just grandstanding, number one. But number two, they are waiting for the No Kings protest. They could not look, quote unquote, weak again to the powers that be and also the idiots that vote for them. But now that the grandstanding is over and the failed King for a day, or what is it? No Kings protest is over. They might bend the knee, but I don't know, man. I don't know what these lefties are going to do.
And it's also important for us to note, this is the first time in history that any party has had the audacity to shut down the government over a totally clean, nonpartisan continuing resolution. This is a political stunt, and it's the first time it's been done, and it is the most costly, most selfish, most dangerous political stunt in the history of the United States Congress, because as we have stood here day after day after day explaining all the Americans who are being harmed by this nonsense. And the Senate Democrats have zero shame about this. They don't have any shame at all about the pain that they're inflicting upon hardworking families, upon soldiers and law enforcement officers and veterans and the elderly and the disabled and women, infants, and children. Services to all those categories and paychecks to those folks are being stalled because Democrats are playing games. Today, Leader Thune in the Senate will once again bring the clean, nonpartisan CR to the floor for a vote. They will have another chance. Democrats will have their 12th opportunity to pass the bill. It is the same bill that they themselves supported just 7 months ago, and Chuck Schumer gave impassioned speeches on the floor about how it was the only option. And don't forget, they did it 13 times under the Biden administration. Very similar measures, but not now. Something's changed. Over the weekend, we saw what it was all about. The Democrats made crystal clear that this is about politics. The politics were on full display. The politics, the spectacle, is what the mobs, the crowds, the rallies this week were all about. It was quite ironic, though. The irony was very glaring. They called it the No Kings rally, but the great irony, of course, that we pointed out over and over was if President Trump was a king, the government would be open. If President Trump was a king, he would have closed the national parks and the National Mall, so they couldn't have had the rally out here. By the way, that's what President Obama did during the shutdown in 2013, closed all the parks and the National Mall. Here in Washington, you had Senators Bernie Sanders and Chris Murphy and Cory Booker and others marching in the streets. Now, these are the same senators who voted over and over to shut down the legislative branch and hand the reins to President Trump. They're decrying the situation that they themselves created. This has always been about the spectacle.
Yep, they're just grandstanding. And also, like he said, they're passing the buck to Trump. And again, when you do that and you shut down the Congress, the legislative branch of the government, then guess what it rolls up to? It rolls up to the executive branch. And Trump has all the power. And again, I've said this all week or the last 2-3 weeks. What do you think when he has to cut spending? Where do you think he's going to cut it from first? He's going to cut it from the bullshit, the liberal woke nonsense that nobody gives a shit about. You know, he's going to cut that stuff first. And then they're going to get mad for him doing it. Meanwhile, most of their constituents, a lot of their constituents who are going to get food stamps are going to be pissed off. It's one thing to have somebody homeless. It's okay. People can be homeless, but you can't go hungry. Somebody would rather be homeless and not have a house, but have food, access to food, than to have a house with no food. Let me say that again. People would rather have no home, but access to food, rather than have a home than have no food. You can't live without food. You can sleep in a car or in the street or somebody's house or cardboard box or whatever. But nobody wants to starve. And that's when they're going to start looting and doing all kind of shit. And I wonder what cities they're going to do that in. You think that's going to happen in red cities? For the most part? You guys already know the answer to that.
Chuck Schumer himself joined the spectacle in New York City. And it's interesting to note his activities there. He was standing side by side some of the most radical groups that maybe ever assembled on U.S. soil. They openly advertised as co-sponsors of the event in New York City. The Communist Party USA, the Democrat Socialist of America, the Freedom Socialist Party, the Young Communist League of New York, many others. Do we need any further evidence?
And that's what I'm saying. The Democrat Party is not a communist, socialist, Marxist party. It's just a Democrat Party. But they're turning into that. That's what they're morphing into, right? The establishment wing of the party is far left, but the far, far left is all those things he just said. Socialists, Marxists, and communists, right? But the Democrat Party at its core was not like that. It's just been leaning towards that the last 10 years, and they're taking over. They are absolutely taking over this country and the Democrat Party. And again, if you are a red-blooded American, we used to fight against communism. Remember the USSR? That we turned into the Soviet Union? Remember that? Bring down that wall and all that. We don't like communism. If you want to do communism over there in China and Russia and all those countries in the East, be my guest. But we're built on capitalism here in America. We're not for the freaking, giving the rich giving away their money to everybody. Again, the rich make the world go round. These big companies that you want to tax and everything else provide people jobs. And if you're taking away their money and making their expenses go up, guess what? It trickles down to you. And you have to end up paying more. If you want to get more money, stop taking from the quote unquote millionaires and billionaires, because they used to say millionaires, but now they say billionaires, Bernie Sanders and AOC, because they're millionaires. They're decamillionaires, Bernie Sanders. They have tens of millions of dollars, Nancy Pelosi and these people. These people are hypocrites, man. So that's why they now talk about billionaires until they become billionaires. And what are they going to say then? Again, Democrats equal hypocrites, ladies and gentlemen, in 2025.
They're not hiding this. They're out in the open. They're not shy about it, because this is the core constituency of the modern Democratic Party. These are objective facts. Look at what's happening. Open your eyes. It is exactly why Chuck Schumer is pandering in this whole charade. We've explained from the very beginning, this shutdown is about one thing and one thing alone: Chuck Schumer's political survival. Now, I noted on Friday, the lead organizer of the rallies this weekend issued an open threat to Democrats. Quote, "The cavalry is coming in on October 18th, and they're either going to be celebrating with you, or they're going to be calling for new leadership."
The MR Investor Channel. How are you, man? Long time no see, brother. Great stream. Thank you for the kind words, man. I remember talking to you before. I know you're a Bitcoiner. I'm spinning the wheel, man. Do you want me to put your name on the wheel so you have a chance to win some Satoshis? It's good to see you again, man. This guy's got a good channel. The MR Investor Channel. Smart young man. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. How you been doing, man?
Now, that's a direct threat to Chuck Schumer, and he heard the message. And so did Hakeem Jeffries in the House. And that's why neither of them were here doing their jobs. Instead, they were out in New York and California. They were catering to the same radical base that is just days away from electing an open Marxist as mayor of New York City. And now that Chuck Schumer has had his spectacle, he's had his big protest against America, this is our plea. We're asking, and I think everybody in this room and everybody watching, listening to our voices this morning should be hoping that he is finally now ready to go to work and end this shutdown and stop inflicting pain on the American people. Republicans have been working. We are ready. We've been doing this. It's been over a month now. We passed our responsible short-term solution to keep the government open while we just simply finish our work to fund the government openly and transparently. And Republicans are completely united on that front. On the other side, Democrats can't even agree amongst themselves. You got different subgroups among them. You've got a few reasonable Democrats who know shutdowns hurt the people, and they've already voted.
Yeah, there's a civil war going on in the Democrat Party now. The far left versus the establishment. The establishment is people like Chuck Schumer and the like. So we'll keep our eye on that, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see. Try out that like button, Lauren says. Lauren, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Let me see where we're at with these spins. The MR Investor channel. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I like his channel too. He's a smart guy. Let's see. Let's do a couple spins here. Matter of fact, let me put him on the wheel. If he wins, I'm gonna hook him up. The MR Investor channel. Good to have you back, brother. All right, so let's do the spins. Let's do 032. It's for 100 sats, Mr. Investor Channel. So let's see what happens. Maddie, you still here? Let me know if you're still here, Maddie. She won 032. Funny how they wanted a civil war between the different sides but caused it among themselves. Ain't that something, Maddie? Look at that. She was typing while she won. Good job, Maddie. Congratulations. This girl's 21 years old knowing that. That is a great point, Maddie. I didn't even come up with that one. I didn't even think about that. Funny how they wanted a civil war between the different sides but caused it among themselves. Damn, Maddie. That was so damn smart. Solar loves him some Maddie, don't he? Look at him. He's like, damn, Maddie looks good. Good game, Maddie the baddie. Congratulations. Good game, Maddie. You got 100 sats, young lady. That was 032. Let's see if we can win 034. 033, excuse me. Amos, famous Amos. Good game, Maddie. So yeah, so also the what was it? The appeals court ruled Trump administration can deploy National Guard troops to Portland. And they're also looking the Supreme Court's going to be looking at Chicago tonight, if they haven't already, to make sure the National Guard can deploy to these cities. So we'll see. Good game. Yes, Amos, if you're here, sir. Good game. Amos CBT, congratulations. All right, remember he won, okay? I'll forget that. Let me go to 034, and if he doesn't there, I'll take him off the wheel and go back again. Famous Amos, you're the winner if you're here, brother. You got to be here, though. Kitty. Bitcoin Kitty. You always give yours away. I don't think I have your address here, but that's okay. Let me see. Or do I have it? Pass it on, he says. Okay. How can it be constitutional in some cities but not in others? LOL. Yeah. Good question, brother. Good question. Pass it on. All right. I'll pass it on to the next block. All right. 035 hasn't come out yet, so we won't do that one. But the next one is for 200. So thank you, Bitcoin Kitty. Thank you. All right. Amos is not here, so we're going to take Amos off the wheel. Tiba, you okay? Okay. What's up, buddy? You want a hug? Sure. Come on. What you doing out there?
On TV.
What you watching?
TV.
Tell everybody about Charlie Kirk. What you think about Charlie Kirk?
You find by TV.
Mm-hmm.
TV. Hello.
Tell everybody how you feel, bro.
Me. No. Not me.
Backpacker said, say these people make me sick.
Backpacking man sick.
No, not backpacker. No. Just say these people make me sick.
Papa made me sick.
Say these people make me sick.
He made me sick.
What you watching, little buddy?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man again? Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Be good. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, close that door for Papa. Close the door. Not all the way. Close the door. Thank you, buddy. He said, backpacker makes me sick. I said, no. These people make me sick. Hi, Tyler Holler. That's my man. LMAO. LMFAO. LMAO. He's so precious. Thank you, Grasshopper. Thank you. Oh, man. My time with him is short now. My time with him is short. My gosh, man. All right, so we took Amos off. Let's go back to 033. Let's do it again. Fanny, yes. As for Fanny, I love it. Grasshopper. You're the winner. You are the winner. Is that Tyler? Yes, that's the Tyler Holler, brother. Yes, it is. Let's see this soy boy on NBC News talk about talking about Trump. Appeal court rules Trump administration can deploy National Guard troops to Portland. Let's check it out.
Joining me now to talk about this, NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach. So, Gary, let's start.
I mean, look at these dudes, man.
With the legal ruling tied to Portland.
I mean, look, these dudes are. That look like a masculine man to you, by the way. Thank you. No, thank you, honey. I appreciate you for being there. Good game, Grasshopper. Tyler, yes, I love that. Hopper, good game, lady. In his dad's suit, yeah. I hope it sticks. Yep. Love that kid, man. Love him, love him, love him.
Portland, what does it mean? Does it apply to just the Oregon National Guard or the National Guard that the president was trying to send from other states?
So this is a ruling of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that says the Trump administration, as soon as right now, can send in members of the Oregon National Guard onto the streets of Portland. And that's important because it's only the state of Oregon's National Guard. The other states that the judge had also said can't come into Oregon, it was a separate ruling that had not been appealed. And so this appeals court only dealt with this. And they say it's all about presidential deference. They say the president has the power to do this, and judges cannot say that he does not. Now, there was one dissenting opinion here.
Yeah, aka presidential discretion. He's the president. He has certain powers as an as the executive of the executive branch, the head of the executive branch. He has powers. He's not a king. But again, you're calling the man no kings, but everything he's doing, these woke activist judges are trying to fight against him. Damn it, I drink soy milk sometimes, and now I don't want to anymore. Thanks to you, Jerry. You know? So it's temporarily he won now because, again, he set a trap for these Democrats. This is what he did, President Trump. He sent the ICE agents out, not with the National Guard, just the ICE agents. Okay, JB, have a good night. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. And he knew that the National Guard would be needed to protect the ICE because he knew that the ICE agents would attack them, and they fell right into the trap. And the Democrats can get all mad all they want, but you got to control your people. Don't attack ICE agents. Because ICE agents aren't allowed to do anything. The National Guard are not there to take black and brown people off the streets or to arrest illegal immigrants. They're there to protect ICE agents because they have it on video that you guys are attacking them. And all they got to do is show the judge and say, hey, look, this is what happened to the appeals court. Because Trump stood down when that woke-ass judge said they couldn't do it in Portland. He stood down, then he appealed it, and then he won. And hopefully they're doing it. I think the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court justices, are doing it right now for Chicago. And I hope they send the National Guard and arrest all these idiots. I really do.
Here, which I thought was very interesting. And she says in the dissent, quote, I ask those who are watching this case unfold to retain faith in our judicial system for just a little longer. She's asking for an en banc review, which means the entire Ninth Circuit gets together and redecides this case. We'll see if that ends up actually happening.
And so could this ruling have implications for other Democrat-run cities that are trying to defend against National Guard deployments to their cities?
So the way our country is broken up here in terms of appeals courts, there's 11 different areas of appeals courts. Within the Ninth Circuit, absolutely. So California, Oregon, Washington State, absolutely this has an impact. Other circuits will have to make their own decisions. And that.
Yeah, because he already won it in California, California. He won that too. Again, they're fighting this man tooth and nail in every area and regions around this country, blue cities in particular. But the one they're really messing up is in Tennessee, because the Democrats can't say anything about that because that's a red state. It's just a blue city with an actually pretty smart mayor. out there in Memphis. And them black folks in Memphis are happy as shit the National Guard is there. Taking them, them N-words and putting them in prison and locking them up. And when I mean N-words, I'm talking about bad people that have N-word behavior. I'm not an N-word. I'm a black guy. I'm a black man. But there's some N-words out there. They need to get the hell off the streets. These people are terrorists out here. Again, the worst thing for a black man is another black man. It's black on black crime, ladies and gentlemen. And now in Memphis, you can actually walk down the street and play with your kids. White liberals hate that. The black bourgeoisie hate it. They hate it that black people don't have, bullets flying through past their face and stuff like that. Democrats love crime. Good night, Jen. Absolutely. It all starts at home, straight up. Straight up. But guess what they want, though? Backpacker and the black family, the Democrats. They don't want you to have a man in the house. They want the rap music up there, the ratchet, bad rap music, the WAP music, W-A-P. Wet, you know what that is. Bad actors holding their neighborhoods hostage. Exactly. They want chaos. They want a young black male who doesn't have a father in the home to turn to the streets and the gangs and to violence and the crime and the drug selling and stuff like that. Meanwhile, the mom is doing what? She's married to the government. That's Zaddy, the government. More kids you have? Here goes some more money. Just keep the man out of the house. That's what the Democrats want. Why? Because they want you to be a victim so that you can have a hero, so you can vote for somebody. The Democrats hate black people, ladies and gentlemen. Censor, comma alert, F you too. Because they don't like the truth.
That's what we're going to be seeing here as it relates to the Supreme Court's decision with Illinois and Chicago's National Guard, which could come at any point now.
Okay, let's also shift gears on and talk about the developments in the case against former FBI Director James Comey. Get us up to speed on that.
That's
all right. Well, that's that. So I think we're all caught up with the main news today. Oh, Gavin Newsom. I can show you a video on that, but it's not important. We'll keep our eye on it. Gavin Newsom, you know who he is, the governor of California. Gavin, the American Psycho Newsom, him and Arnold Schwarzenegger are going at it for Proposition 50. Basically, they want to gerrymander California even more. And they want people to vote for Proposition 50 so that the Democrats can have even more Democrat power and control. And he's putting all his eggs in this one basket. And even though I don't like Arnold Schwarzenegger, especially the shit he did during the scamdemic, he's somewhat reasonable. He's kind of like a woke Republican, kind of. Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he says, nah, say no to Proposition 50, aka say no to gerrymandering, say no to more mapping for Democrat power control. That's what they want to do. Backpacker and YouTube get along so well. LOL, Lord. So we'll keep our eye on Gavin Newsom with that. And again, this stuff is crazy. That's why we got to keep our eyes on it. So the bottom line is this, guys. The No Kings protest was stupid as hell. And it failed. And these people that are paying these paid protesters, and now that we're seeing, again, there wasn't a lot of violence, quote unquote violence, but there was violent rhetoric. Even the mainstream media can't hide this because these people are sickening. All these people are not paid. They're just some sick individuals. And you'll have people described or disguised as, left-wing people or whatever going into Democrat foxholes during these No King protests, and they'll interview these people and they'll tell you how they really feel. They hate America and they hate anybody that disagrees with them politically, and they'll kill you for it, which is absolutely insane. All right, so Block 35 hasn't come out yet. It's about to. Well, we got 200 for a spin. You know what? We'll just do it. It hasn't come out yet. We'll spin this one for 200 for 035, and then we'll do the all or nothing. We'll call it a night, all right? Appreciate you guys coming in. 035, let's do it. 200 sats for this one. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. All about the Benjamins, baby. I don't know if the protest failed for us. It really exposed who they are. Failed for us? I think it failed for them. I don't think what I was saying, it failed for them, not us, if that's what you mean, Lauren. Because what did they get accomplished? We're still getting the criminals off the streets. We're still going to keep the border closed. And we're still going to get the illegal immigrants out of here. When ICE is not going to stop because you guys are idiots. We are still getting these people out of here. Congratulations, Benjamin's baby. Benjamin. 200. Stack and wait, family. Otis, what's up, brother? How are you? Thanks, no doubt. Failed for they, them. Yes, exactly. My man Otis, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. I'll put you on, Otis. We're about to do the all or nothing game, brother. Yes. Keep it going. Stack and wait, family. That's right. That's right. We got 21 in the chat. So let's do the all or nothing game. Let's see what time it is. Again, I appreciate you guys coming in, man. I really do. And, we're going to keep pushing forward, man. We're going to keep pushing forward. We're always going to tell the truth here on this channel, whether they like it or not. You know what I mean? Let's see. Mr. Investor channel. Let me put him here. All or nothing game. For those of you not familiar with this game, this is a game that I spin, give away an extra 500 or more sats to people that stuck around to the end. And what it is if it lands on your name, it's going to be 5 winners. If it lands on your name, you have a choice. You have 100 sats, and you can do what you will with those. You can either keep them, or you can spin and go for it all. And all is 1,000 Satoshis. There's 5 of them on the wheel. If it doesn't land on 1,000, then you lose your 100 and pass it on to the next person. Hence the name all or nothing. I mean, it helped us in a way. There has to be a number of people looking now after the protest thinking, what the hell? Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully, Lauren. Signal check. That's what I got done while listening to my favorite YouTube live stream. Oh, thanks, man. What'd you get done? Let's see. I appreciate that, Kramer. Let's see. What did Kramer do? Wow, look what Grasshopper did. Look what Kramer cleaned the dust from your miners once a month and reapply new thermal paste of the ASIC chip twice a year. That little chip I circled is the ASIC that's doing all the hashing. 2 trillion guesses that is solving a block per second. Wow. What's up, little buddy? Papa's working. What's up? You want a kiss? Yeah, come on. Thanks, buddy. Okay, can I get a kiss? Thanks, man. That's my boy, man. Otis, how are you? So that's the all or nothing game. So player 1, it's on you. What you gonna do when it lands on you? Let's see. Uh-oh, somebody won 1,000. Player 1, you got 1,000, brother. Otis says, I'm doing great. I'm working a new schedule. That's what I like to hear, man. Congratulations to player 1. You got 1,000. Let's see what happens. Solar, you got 1,000, brother. Grab those moments, Jerry. Yeah, man. I know. I am going to miss this kid, man. 1K, yes. How are you, Jerry? Otis, I'm doing well, man. Thank you. I'm feeling a little bit weird on my insides. I'm gonna go to the doctors tomorrow and see what's up because I've been feeling kind of funny. But I've been doing all right. Other than that, man. Thanks for asking, Otis. How are you? Let's go. Hey guys, finally I'm back after work. Got you, man. Good game, Solar. How's the Freedom family? Solar, let's go. Give to Maddie, he says. Okay. Maddie, are you here? Uh-oh. Maddie, are you here? Somebody just gave you 1,000 sats. You got to be here though, Maddie. Solar said, I'm going for it. Solar, boom, fire. Solar knows what time it is. Maddie, there's a present for you. Yeah. But you got to be here, though. Even if you give them somebody, they got to be here, though. Good game, Solar. We'll give her a 30-second countdown. Good game, Maddie. Ha ha. Yeah, Maddie, you got to be here, man. If not, I got to take her and Coco off the wheel. No Can't play no favoritisms, man. I know she's my friend and my neighbor, but got to keep this thing fair. You know what I mean? Yes, she's on the clock. Absolutely. 30, yes. I mean, I got to do it. Got to do it. She'll come right after I take her off the wheel. Watch. Maddie likes to fall asleep, though. So let's see if she'll be here for it. Let's do this. Let's give her 30 seconds right now. Let's see what happens. We'll give her 30. But yeah, guys, we got to pay attention to the news and see what's going on. Speaking of neighbors, where's Corey? I don't know. He's not here. It's a good question, Lauren. Good question, my boy. I don't know. You got 10 seconds, Maddie. He gave you a lot. Here she is. Okay, Maddie, boy. Took you a long time. All right, Maddie, you got 1,000 sats, man. Thanks to Solar Satoshis, he gave them to you. Maddie, 1,000. All right. Player 1 got 1,000 for Maddie. Let's see what player 2 is going to do. She definitely been sleeping a lot lately. Huh. Has she now, Otis? Has she, Otis? She had 5 seconds to spare, I know. What? OMG, yeah. And how would you know she's been sleeping a lot lately, Otis? How would you know that? What? OMG, yeah, he hooked you up. He hooked you up. I'm actually surprised Maddie doesn't get more sats. You know what I mean? Good game, Neo. Neo, you got 100, brother. You got 100. You want to go for it or what? What you want to do, Neo? Keep, Jerry. Got you. Neo, 100. Thank you, Solar, Maddie says. Bang, bang. Let's go, Maddie. I love that. Give it to the ladies, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Player 3. What you going to be? Bang, bang. Let's go, Maddie. How many times was Manny spammed? Good question. Another 1,000. Player 3. Player 3 with another 1,000. We got 2 1,000 winners. Take this one off. Let's do it. Good luck. Let's see who player 3 is going to be. Looks like Trey Day. No, Benjamin. It's all about them Benjamins, babe. Benjamin, you got 1,000, bro, if you're here. Only if you're here, sir. Gotta start doing this 30-second clock, man. Keep, he says. No, I know you're going to keep them. Got to keep that. All right, Benjamin. It's all about the Benjamins, babe. Benjamin. 1,000. Congratulations, bro. Great job. Benjamin, fire. I agree, Jerry. Give it to the ladies, or at least those with a lady's name, yes. Maddie says, hi, OJ. Orange juice. Jerry, why I can't see my name on wheel? Let's see why. I don't know why. Probably because your name is up here. Let's see. It's right here, brother. I got you as Gox. Right there. Benjamin, fire. Player 3 was Benjamin with 1,000. Let's see who player 4 is. Joshua. Oh, look at this. Speaking of Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. That helps, bro. Joshua gave me 1,776 sats. I needed that, bro. Because Jerry the accountant would not be happy. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it. He hates when I do the all or nothing game, boy. He hates that game. Okay. If I identify as Emily got sats, I might have once have sent wins donated to me. Yeah. Very true. Josh, thank you for that 1,776, bro. Appreciate it. You know that helps. I got to pay out 2,000 winners so far. And that helps the payroll, sir. I appreciate it. Good game, Josh. Yeah, dang, I hate to take Josh off, man. Josh's always a big donator to the channel. Look at the numbers going up, Fanny, at the end. 23 people now. And there's something everybody doesn't want to hear the show. They just want to come in for the all or nothing. So we don't want to hear Jerry. We want to get these sats. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I get it. I get it, man. Looks like Josh is not here, man. So let me Goku. Let me take Josh off for now. Sorry, Josh, if you're watching this later, man. If you're watching this later, Josh, I really appreciate that donation, man. Really do, brother. A. Smith. Nah, I was watching football. Who is this? I'm here for you, Jerry. I don't want sats at all. Is this Josh and you're changing your name or something? I don't understand. Who's this? Who's A. Smith? Player 4, let's do it. I don't understand what you're saying, A. Smith, but thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate it. Triple B's. Triple B. I don't think I've seen her in the chat, but once I seen Jay, I put her name on, so I don't even know if she's here. A. Smith, what's good? Yeah, so Jay, if she's here, just tell me in the thing on your thing, brother, and I'll give her a minute to tell me what's up so she can log in. Triple B, congrats. Yep. We got a lot more names on the wheel than we do in the chat, so we'll see what happens. If Jay's still here or not. Jay's a big donator to the channel too. So I like to give them their propers, you know what I mean? So let me know if you're here, Jay and Triple B's. You might be going to get her. But Jay, if you're going to get her, just tell me on your thing if she's here or not. But yeah, man, like I said, Bitcoin and politics, they go together. The world is political. And again, if you don't believe that, check my membership video out, bro. It's like a freaking movie, man. It was a true story too, bro. For real. All right. Well, let me take Triple B's and J off. Looks like they're not here. They must have bounced out. Let me see. Bitcoin, bacon booty. Again, I only put her on because her husband was here. J. If you guys are watching later, sorry. Otis says, hey, Maddie. Long time no see. Player 4, you want more? Let's do it again. Megalomedia, are you here, brother? Got to be here to win. This is the ultimate. Hey, I'm here game. You got to be here to win this, guys. Please and thank you. Megalomedia, congratulations. You got 100 sats at least if you decide to stay. I appreciate you, man. You bet you're Skippy I am. Keep. All right, Mega. Congratulations, bro. Mimi says congrats. Mimi, how are you? I guess you want me to put you on the wheel. Megalomedia. Mimi's in the house. Congrats. Good game, Mega. Let me put Mimi on the wheel. Mimi, you just came at the last spin, man. You might be able to be player 5, Mimi, but we'll see. Let's do it. Let's do it. Maddie at the last second. Maddie, you're the winner. Hopefully, Maddie's not behind in the chat. She may not be live. She might be a few seconds behind. I know you're not going to hear this till later, but Maddie, make sure you hit the live button. Almost double win. Haha, I know, right? Mimi says, congratulations, Maddie. Had a joking thought run through my head after your members video today that their couple at McDonald's knew their Joey or knew either Joey or Dean. LOL. Yeah. I know, right? Again, yes. Good game, Maddie. Congratulations, Maddie. Mimi sends a heart. Congrats, Maddie. That's funny, Lauren. Maddie, what you want to do? You going to gamble the baby's money or what? What should I do, OJ? Maddie says. Uh-oh, OJ. She said, what should she do? She wants, let me not say that. I was going to say something else. OJ, she wants you to decide for her, man. What should she do? What should she do? A. Smith, LOL. A. Smith, who? Didn't you used to come in here before? You got one of those names, man. That I don't know, bro. I don't know. A. Smith says keep the money. He says you don't sound like OJ to me. You do not sound like OJ to me, brother. LMAO's. I'm gonna spin it. All right, Maddie. So I'm going for it. Forget what they talking about. All right, Maddie. Good luck. Maddie said 100 is a. Oh, look at it, and she won it. And she won it. Yes, she did. Wow. Maddie. Damn. And let me tell you something. That is not Maddie's first time doing that. She's done that before. Spun and got 1,000. Maddie's got 2,000 right now. She won twice. Well, she was gifted one. Wow. Congratulations, man. Meglamita, you kept it, right? Should OJ gamble the baby's money? LOL. Oh, my. Wow. Oh, yes. Awesome. Yes. Wow. Good game. Damn, Maddie. Woohoo. Congrats. Yeah. Woohoo. Wow. Congratulations. Yeah. Yep. Magalo Media. Congratulations. Maddie, congratulations for 2,000 sats. Wow. Waiting to see a backpacker was going to steal that one last second. Yeah. Almost. Right on the edge, man. Right on the edge. But again, we come to this portion of the show that, hey, it's over now. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys so much. How does the accountant feel about that? He's not too happy, Manny. Congrats, Manny. How does the accountant feel about it? Yeah, he ain't the happiest, Manny. He's in the red now. You just put him in the red, Manny. He doesn't like the all or nothing game. He's okay with the regular spins. He's really not, but the all or nothing he gets pissed off. Because I give out at least 500 to 600, sometimes 1,000, 1,500. You know what I mean? Take care, Jerry. No doubt, brother. Good to see you again, man. Come by anytime, bro, all right? I know you're happy about that silver and gold MRS Investor Channel. Thank you again, Solar, Maddie says. Yeah, guys, we got some big problems in this country, and we're in huge debt right here, guys. And for those of you that don't know, this is the national debt clock for the United States of America. We're a debtor nation, and we spend more than we earn. We spend $7 trillion, which our spending has actually gone down lately. Have you seen this? It's down to 7 trillion, not 7 point. I think it was 7.2. It was. Now we're down to 7, but we only make 5.2. So we need to get that number up and the other one down. Maddie is one of the few of us who has to face Jerry the accountant. Yes. She's met Jerry the accountant. No doubt, Solar. And we're upside down in our spending. We spend way more than we earn, and we can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, this system is broken clearly, and we need a new one. Okay, and we talked about it in the beginning of the show, and I think you guys know what it is. It's the exact antithesis of this. You can't print it, so it's scarce. It's uninflatable because it's scarce. It's portable because it's digital. It's durable because it's digital, and it's international money. This money's for everybody, man. This money's of the people, for the people, and by the people. It's fungible, divisible to the nth degree, verifiable in supply, decentralized like America and like you, unconfiscatable just like yourself, which means it's unstoppable. And it's the only way, guys. We're going to fix this country and fix the world, to be honest with you. You got to fix the money first. This new technology, this new protocol, this new money will break this system, stop the inflation, pay off the national debt, and get this country back on the road again. And if you stack this money today, you'll be written in the lores. They'll be building statues of you in the future. There may be AI 3D ones, but they'll be doing that to you. I missed the chat. We miss you too, Otis. And if Donald Trump puts his money not only on the balance sheet, but puts it up through the Congress, because again, politics is important, especially to this money and this technology, this protocol. They'll be putting him on the Mount Rushmore. He'll be the 5th president up there. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Appreciate the zaps, the time, the love, and most importantly, your time. That's something you can't get back. And Otis says, I miss Maddie too, LOL. Then hopefully we can see you tomorrow, Otis. Yeah. To the nth degree is powerful because that means any positive integer to infinity. That's king. Yes, it is. You guys have a great night. Be the best version of yourself. Make sure you work your ass off tomorrow. Don't tell anybody. Don't let anybody tell you can't do something. Keep your mind on the things that you want. Keep your mind off the things that you want and off the things you don't want, and stay focused. Have that laser eye vision, that laser focused. That's where I'm at right now. I'm so focused on what I'm doing right now. Again, you can't tell me nothing. And be like a rhinoceros. That's my sigil, a rhinoceros. I know the troll will love that. But I love the rhinoceros for 3 reasons. I used to watch National Geographic all the time. The rhinoceros has a big horn in front of his face. He has the toughest skin, and he has no peripheral vision whatsoever. So what will that do for you, being a rhinoceros, being like a rhino? Well, simple. If you're going towards your goal, what you want, that big horn will knock it out of the way. Any objection, it'll knock out of the way. You have thick skin. When people are talking shit to you, it'll just bounce off you because you got thick skin. And probably most importantly, you have no peripheral vision, meaning you can't see anything else. You only see what you're focused on. You have laser focus. So be like a rhino. Be the best version of yourself. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until then, and as you guys know, I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.